Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods homestead, y'all. Lisa is sporting a new pair of rubber boots after that copperhead that I took care of down here. I said no more coming down here without some rubber boots on, or at least some boots. So we'll show you these boots a little bit more later, but we got a mess, y'all. We ain't been able to get down here the past few days. We've been busy doing other stuff. So Lisa's got a whole lot of tying up tomato plants to do. Got to put some T-posts in for additional plants to start to lay on the ground. And do the old dreaded Tennessee tangle, Florida weave. Guys, thanks for stopping in here at the Piney Woods. Hit that like and subscribe if you hadn't. And if you have, as always, y'all, we appreciate you. Bumblebees are working these beans, y'all. We got beans on there about 2 inches long now. October beans and green beans. So probably about the middle of next week, we'll be doing our first picking down here. But everywhere that you see, well, there's peppers right here. I don't know if you can see those. And we've got some T-posts and some Florida weave going on. But back there are the extra tomato plants that came as plugs from good friend of ours here on YouTube. And we got to get those things stacked up. And there's a few more right here that we salvaged, replanted, and got them to come back up. I believe that's how Lisa did it. So a little bit more Florida weave going on. So let me get these posts in here and get them drove before this sun completely gets on me, y'all, because it's already cooking. It's early in the morning and it's already cooking out here. Lisa does all the tying up of the tomatoes because for some reason in the past few years I have found I get contact dermatitis when I touch these things. I don't know why, just never has happened before until the past few years. So we'll get these posts drove in and she can get this stuff squared away. All right, 4 more T-posts put in the ground. That's all this garden's gonna need. This is way better than last year where we had cattle panels strung up along with trellis. Trellis so much better. A couple of weeks ago, another boot company hit me up with the rubber boots. And you know, we did one a while back, about 6 months ago, another company hit us up. And I wear those boots all the time now, and there's been no complaints from me on them. They're still holding up, they're still watertight, and they're not too hot, which I like. But another company hit me up, and actually a couple had, and I had turned down a couple of offers. But I told Lisa, I said, you could probably use a pair of boots down here. A little bit lighter weight than what you have, especially since I saw that snake. And
they reached out a second time.
Yeah, oh yeah, Lisa's over here in the side. She's making sure I tell the story just right. But they reached out a second time, and so I was like, you know what? If somebody's willing to send us a pair of boots and provide 15% off on their boots, as long as they're in business with our code, which would be, I'll put it on the screen somewhere here, but the company's called TruDave. But if they're willing to do that, I said, send us a pair of boots, we'll do a video on them. And you know what? They don't mind having their product on a channel that glorifies God. So I'm all about it. We'll take care of doing this video and getting Lisa a pair of boots. So let's get over here and she'll tell you what she's got and kind of what she thinks so far. She's been wearing them a few days. All right, so what boot are you wearing?
The TruDave, as far as the
brand.
Yeah, that's the brand. The model, they don't have many options for women. But I wanted a shorter boot because I hate wearing boots in the summertime, but now Matthew's making me. So I got the shorter pair. So at least, you know, they're about, because my lacrosse come to about my knee. So there's that much difference.
Now, what size boot are you normally?
I am normally a 7.5. And I would say they only do whole sizes in these boots. So I would say if you're a half a size to round down, which is what I did based on reviews that I had read, was they run a little big. So I got a 7, and I'm glad I did, because an 8 would have been way, way, way too big.
And I think it was me that said you need to get a 7.
Oh, please.
So I was right on something.
Okay.
So the boot is kind of similar to the High Sense. Or High C, I'm sorry. High Sense. I don't know what that is. I think that's a drink. Or is that High C? I don't know. Anyways, similar in the construction is where there are no seams. There's some extra material, but there are no seams. Now, back here on the heel, I'm not sure if that's just for reinforcement.
I think it is.
Or if it's a seam, but I think it's a one booty with an extra piece put down over here. One of the common problems with rubber boots over the years has been seams and them developing leaks. But even where I'm running my finger here on the sole, it doesn't feel like there's a seam at all. It's like it was one mold. And I tell you, and it's supple rubber too. Don't know how long it'll stay supple, but it is supple right now.
I just got such a hot mess. I will say my opinion on them is I have a pretty high dollar pair of lacrosse. They're the ones that I have that are knee high. Similar in construction, but different as well. And but I can say that these, I have no arch in my foot, and these are 10 times better than the lacrosse. They're much more comfortable. I like that it doesn't have the cinch to tighten the top part of the boot, because it always, on the lacrosse, they always come undone. And then it's got the
pull tab.
But also the tread on these, I think, cleans a whole lot easier than the lacrosse.
In our red mud.
Yeah, in our type of soil it does.
So y'all, I'll put on the screen here and in the description I'll put a link to their website and the discount code, which is capital letters Piney, P-I-N-E-Y, 15. And what they have told me is that that code is good for 15% off permanently. So as long as they're in business, that code should work. And if for some reason it doesn't, just reach out to them with an email and make sure you get it. But
so in other words, if somebody's seeing this video 5 years from now,
you can still use it.
Still in business, and I don't think that your High C one was a long term. I think it was
I don't know, it was 10%.
Yeah.
I will say the difference here though in warranties.
That's the big kicker.
The High C was a lifetime.
Yeah.
This one is what?
It's a year warranty.
Okay, 1 year. I don't think you're going to go wrong either way.
No.
As far as looking at the construction of the boot, it looks to be simply and well made. We're going to keep on tying stuff up here, but y'all, it's not a bad deal if you need a pair of boots. They look good to us. So are you still glad that we went with trellis versus all those cattle panels?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you know, somebody in one of the videos a while back, I think it was when the tomato trellis got demolished by the tree, said those must be indeterminates because of their trellising system. And no, this works well for either one. That whole row, the inner row, is all determinants. My outer row is indeterminates. You know, and you wouldn't have to, you could do, I have seen the determinants done on T-posts, you know, using those instead of, you know, Matthew just went overkill with the height of, they don't need to be that big or that tall, because they're not going to get much taller than what they are now.
Nope, but I like it. Looks good.
Oh yeah, it works a lot better.
Can you imagine if that T-post and the cattle panels had been out through here and that tree fell on it?
Oh, that would have been the end of it.
You couldn't have fixed them.
No.
And you know, I don't know how much they cost now. We've had them for years, but I bet you anywhere from $20 to $30 depending on where you go.
No, they cost $20 back then. I think now they're, the last time I looked, I think they were like 30 to 40 range, depending on where.
So
yeah.
I'd be sick if I lost
a lot.
A couple of 20s on $100 worth of firewood that fell out here in the garden.
Yeah.
Well, y'all will be quiet and stop filming Lisa so she can get this done, because it takes a few minutes to come through here and tie them all up onto the string. But y'all, even if you've only got 6 of these indeterminates.
Well, if you come through and do it every day, it's a lot easier.
Well, yeah, but we've been busy doing other things. But what I'm saying is, even if you only have 6 plants at your house, put you up a couple of 4x4 posts and a wire. You'll find that it is so much easier to do it that way versus tomato cages or the Florida dreaded weave. Guys, we hope you have a good day, a great week, and if you want to try that TruDave boot, just click on the link down in the description or follow whatever I put on the screen as far as type it in for their address and use that code PINY15. Get you a pretty good deal, y'all, on a pair of boots, and I think you'll be satisfied with them. So far, Lisa is. No copperheads out here this morning, but we're being safe. And just see what happens. Hopefully nothing. Guys, have a good day and a great week. Lord willing, in the creek don't rise too high or it don't turn off 100 degrees. We'll see you on the next one.